My sister has been borrowing money from me for 4 years, and I finally stopped. And now my entire family is treating me like I pulled the plug on someone who was still breathing. I need to give some context because without it I sound heartless, and I don't think I am. Though I'll admit I'm not totally sure anymore. I'm 34, I work in accounting, I'm not rich, but I'm stable. My sister Renee is 30, and she has always been the kind of person who lives 3 inches past the edge of what she can actually afford. Not because she's irresponsible exactly, more because she genuinely believes things are about to turn around. Always. Just one more month, just one more opportunity, and somehow that optimism is both her best quality and the reason she has called me crying about her electric bill more times than I can count. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe to the channel. The first loan was 4 years ago, $800 when she was between jobs. I gave it without thinking because that's what you do. She's my sister. She needed help. She paid back $200 of it and then stopped mentioning it, and I stopped bringing it up because the money felt less important than keeping things easy between us. After that, it became a pattern. Not constant, maybe every 4 or 5 months, amounts that ranged from a couple hundred to once, almost 2,000 when her car broke down right before she had a job interview she was convinced was going to change everything. I kept a loose mental tab. Over 4 years, I've given her somewhere between $7,000 and $8,000 total. She has paid back maybe $1,200. I want to be clear that I never gave her money I couldn't afford to lose. I made peace with the fact that it probably wasn't coming back each time I transferred it. What I didn't make peace with, apparently, was how it felt to keep doing it. The thing that changed was her birthday dinner in October. We went to a restaurant she picked, a nice one, and when the bill came, she put it on her credit card and said she'd been saving up for it, that she wanted to treat everyone. And I sat there watching her hand over her card, and I felt something go cold in me that I hadn't expected. Not anger exactly. More like a clarifying kind of tired. 3 weeks later, she called and asked if I could help her with rent. She was $400 short and her landlord was being difficult, and I said no. She was quiet for a second and then she said, "Are you serious?" I told her I loved her, but I couldn't keep doing it. She asked if something was wrong and I said no, I just needed to stop. She asked if it was about money and I said it was about all of it, and I know that wasn't a great answer, but I didn't have a better one ready. She called our mom that same night. My mom called me the next morning and said she was worried about Renee and that $400 wasn't a lot of money for me, and she didn't understand why I was choosing now to make a point. I told my mom I wasn't making a point. My mom said it felt like I was punishing Renee for something. My aunt texted me 2 days later, which means my mom called my aunt, which means it had officially become a family conversation I wasn't invited to. My aunt said she knew it wasn't her place, but that family takes care of family. I didn't respond. Renee and I have talked once since then, briefly, and she wasn't cruel about it, but she was hurt in a way that felt genuine, not performed. She said she didn't realize I had been keeping track. I told her I hadn't been keeping track, not really, and she said then why did it suddenly matter? I didn't have a clean answer for that either. The honest answer is that I don't fully know when it shifted from helping to something that felt like it was slowly making me resent her. I didn't notice it happening until I was already there, and by then saying yes one more time felt like it would cost me something I couldn't name, but also couldn't afford. She ended up getting the money from somewhere else. I don't know where, and she's fine. That part isn't lost on me. She was fine. She found another way, and I'm still lying here at 11:30 trying to figure out if I drew a boundary or just abandoned my sister at a bad time because I was tired and chose her birthday dinner as the reason. My mom hasn't said anything more about it, but she went quiet on me in the specific way she does when she's disappointed but not ready to say so directly. Renee texted me a meme last week like nothing happened, which somehow made everything feel worse and better at the same time. Am I the asshole?